Welcome back in, one and all, to the Collegiate Esports Commissioner's Cup Road to Atlanta. It's the last chance qualifiers. It's the last chance for these teams to make their way forward, and we'll get to sit down now for a second to talk to Agro from Texas A&M, who just continued on his way through in the bracket after what was a dominant start and end to Ascent. What's going on, brother?
Not much. How about you guys?
Just watching Valorant, bro.
Yeah,
Just watching Valorant, to be honest with you. And, well, we saw you have a pretty strong game. 5-round stint for Hawaii in the middle of the map. What happened?
You lose that third round bonus, and then you kind of just like if you buy into that, which we did, you just kind of you're gonna lose the next two. It's just kind of how the game works.
Sure.
So that's 3 rounds, and then I think one of them they came out A main, and I was ready to peek, did like 100 damage to KJ, and then reswung for no reason because I'm an idiot. Died, and we lost the 45. So I mean, shit like that just happens. But then once we got our groove, I think we were fine.
For sure. And I want to ask you about that specifically. What are the comms? I don't know who the IGL is, but what are they saying to you guys there? Because on the defensive side, we saw very early close contact plays that led to burst execute for Hawaii. And then I felt like when that control started to come back for you guys really cleaned it up. You were playing back on angles, playing harder off of utility. Did you feel that? And if you did, what was the comms for that change?
We don't have like a dedicated IGL. We think that's kind of a way to lose.
Sure.
You gotta have a lot of minds thinking at the same time, and I think that's one of our things is like, if someone's not talking, then we get them to talk because we need to know what's going on.
Okay.
And so the strats really come from where the attack is hitting. So when we're on defense, like if we know it's a strong presence towards B, like the A players just shut up, B players are talking, like telling each other what to do. I don't know if y'all watch, but Dam's like in market most of the time when they go B.
Yes.
He's really making a lot of the dart, flash, all those kind of like small things that allow people to peek off one another. So I'd say it's kind of just culmination. We don't really have anybody to like single-handedly do it all. I'd say I probably call most of the strats, but other than that, it's like everybody's just kind of voicing their opinion, which is really good.
Yeah, no doubt. And, I'm actually really curious to kind of talk about your team's versatility, I guess, and your ability to kind of be flexible and have different IGLs and coordination. Your team is playing a traditionally meta comp. There's not really any surprises. You're bringing out what we would expect from a high-level collegiate team. Is that something that goes beyond the current meta? Is your team able to bust out these different compositions and different agents?
We follow the meta pretty strong just because we know what works.
Right. Yep.
Back when like Astra meta was around, I mean, we followed that. Like, just a matter of like what we're comfortable with. And really, I think like before Astra and all that, we were playing basically this comp with Cypher, and so it's like it's the same thing for us. We've been playing Ascent with basically these 5 same characters for forever, so it's not like it's anything different for us. It's kind of calm, cool, and collected.
For sure, absolutely. And just one more quick question for you so you can get to your next game and we can get to ours. Is there anybody you would like to give a general thank you or just a shout out to while you're here with us?
Just our boys. I know Dam had an ace on Pistol Round. I think that's incredible. He kind of brought us into that game. Without that, I mean, you lose to the first 2.
Yeah.
It's a different game. It's 12-11 at worst, So I think definitely Dam, but everybody on my team, really, they're all playing great.
Perfect. Well, Agro, thank you so much for joining us. A huge congrats,
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we'll see you in that next game.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And with that, folks, we're going to throw it to a super short break. We're actually, I don't know how long it's going to be. We might still be waiting for teams, but it is a break regardless. We'll be right back with our next series and our final series of the night in just a couple of seconds. Don't go far.
Can you dig it?
Well, howdy, partners. Welcome back to the CECC Last Chance Qualifier. We're over in the western side of things, and well, my friend, I heard now this town, it ain't big enough for the both of us Septulins. It's Texas A&M up against Texas.
Yeah, imagine that I'm playing non-copyrighted Western style music. Yeah, that's it though. No more, because we'll get struck, or whatever it's called. But Kat, I'm really excited, not only because I'm getting to see a team that I've already seen win to make it to this point. My favorite map, Bind, made it to top 2. Just kidding. It made it to top 1. It is the map that we're actually getting to see this time.
Why would you lie to
which is
him?
exciting. I'm a Raze player. I can't help it. I can't help the fact that I like throwing silly grenades. Kat, the other day, I actually got a crazy, like, once-in-a-lifetime kill on Raze. I threw my grenade through the teleporter and killed 3 people. You can actually see the clip on my Twitter at https://twitter.com/Septulins, which is crazy. It's right up over there. It's really neat. Wait, I pointed it over here, and it's below. Whatever. Either way, I'm excited to see Bind, because this is a map where, while Raze can work well, it doesn't work out particularly. It's not like a given the way that I think Sova on Ascent or Viper, maybe on Icebox, she's not as set in stone, because she's just in the duelist role at the end of the day. She just happens to find a lot of value. Her grenades go crazy in places like U-Haul and Showers and Hookah, and basically all your major approaches can be canceled out by a single Raze grenade, and that can buy a team a lot of time. The question is, comfortability-wise, do these teams want to bring out Raze? Have they been running a duelist that's a little more consistent, perhaps? One that can be played on other maps rather than just one that's brought out essentially only on Bind these days.
Yeah, there's definitely some question marks to be had here. If we're sticking to Texas A&M's, we like the meta strats. Yeah. It kind of gives you a lot of options, because the meta right now, you see a lot of Razes pretty consistently. It's the entry duelist over the Jet a lot of times, because it's just better. Sometimes we get both. We get to see the Jet and the Raze come out, but typically we're looking at a double controller option like a Viper and a Brimstone. We're looking at a double initiator option like a Sova and a Sky. It's a lot harder to say we're going to stick to the meta here in this regard, right, because there are so many different metas actively being run right now. So it really does come down to the second point that was made by Aggro, comfortability and what they're comfortable on, and we'll get to see what that looks like for them. And this looks like it's going to be a Razeless composition. Honestly, going back to almost what we saw them run just one map before, they're going to go ahead and throw that double initiator, throw the Sky and the Sova. That's going to be great for their defense. It means they've got much more control going to the back of the B site, switching things up already. Okay, I'm not going to talk about them because they're actually thinking about it. Look at Texas State instead, where they will run the single initiator, the double controller. I personally like this more because I think Viper has a phenomenal hold on the A site. I think she also has a phenomenal take of the A site, because she gets what the combination currently is, which is the screen going down to block A short toward truck side, and then the orb that's going to block your lamp. If you time it right, it means complete vision denial, allows you all of A short, and then if you time it correctly to walk into lamp, you can throw down that poison orb. You have the advantage. You already have the XV1 scenario for whoever is trying to play lamp. They try to tuck cubby, and then you get all that space to short to U-Haul, and you can use that space to then you work your way forward to the rest of the site. I just think it's free short control every single round with a Viper on your team. So I like that a lot from Texas State. I think the defensive capabilities are great as well. Texas A&M are going to lock double initiator, so that's going to be good for them to work against that double controller. We get kind of a little bit of duel on extra vision denial versus extra information.
Yeah, this is actually going to be really fascinating because, like you said, it's either extra information or extra lack of information. So it's like a very interesting kind of counterpart, one against the other. We're going to have to see who comes out on top of that matchup. I did see one Raze at the end of the day. I'm happy. We've got Brimstone, which is exciting. I'm surprised to see a Brim being run, especially after his stims were kind of nerfed pretty aggressively, turned from 2 into 1, and I believe it costs a little bit less, but at that point it really doesn't get nearly as much value as you would want it to. The smokes, though, I think still absolutely go a long way. Just Omen has definitely been kind of taking that spot. Brimstone's in the spotlight for a very small moment, and Omen has already come back through, and Omen's like, hey, my turn again. Yeah.
The difference with the Brim is out of the bracer you can throw smokes a little bit faster. Dark covers take lifetimes. About as long as it took me to get that sentence out is how long it takes a dark cover to show up around the map. That's the comedy there. Also, one less stem beacon instead of 2 for 100 each. It's 1 for 200, and you got to think a lot more about where you're throwing that value in. The one thing, though, is you can supplement the issue with the Brimstone right now if you're throwing a second controller, which is exactly what they're going to do. You also get the post-plan opportunities, and they don't have the Sova lineup. They don't have the Killjoy. They're going to have the Molly lineups instead to play for. The Orbital Strike, of course, coming in later rounds. So that's going to be the kind of trade-offs there, but Omen is going to have Of course, that fake out potential, shrouded steps, things of that nature. Dark cover is going to recharge, so it's going to get a couple more. And, of course, are going to be able to throw them from more areas of the map, the range a little bit farther. Sam Dolphin out early, a short, good to find one. Looking for a second to go with it on the headhunter. Will grab it. That's too early for Texas A&M. Still feeling it after last game. Aggro will grab one as well. Will swing down through Lamp to pick that one up. Sam Dolphin pick up a 3-piece, and that just leaves Straros all alone. Paranoia in hand. Great utility. A flawless round early on the pistol.
Yeah, Sam giving us their best impression of Dam back on Ascent, right? That pistol round ace. Okay, you weren't there for that. The pistol round ace came through on the first round of Ascent, and it's Sam, I mean, really coming in clutch here. Finding 2 out the gate, putting down a 3rd in the blink of an eye, and poor Srayos, like you said, just great util. Paranoia catches you out, and unless you blind fire headshot 3 people, that is not a fight you're going to be winning. Texas A&M going up 1-0.
Up 1-0, and well, we talked about it from Aggro. He said that pistol. Oh man, it let us feel it. It was the difference between us winning and losing towards the end of the game, and we'll see if that story ends up ringing true here in this one as well. Aggro's gonna buy a Phantom into this one. Gonna peek it up towards long. That's scary. It's actually very scary early. If he's at the point of no return. Does of course have the tailwind though to make options available. Shots on the drone to come through Ivy and Aggro. That's my swing, baby. He's able to grab that one. Util gonna come through the rest of long. Shock bolt to send them away. Aggro will peek back in the corner yet again. Flash off this time. He does not have the tailwind, but is able to freely walk his way down long. Good for a second, looking for a third, and well is gonna have it.
Yeah, it's just going to have every limb under the sun that they needed. All of a sudden, we're looking at a 5v1. Imran stuck in hookah. Has a great classic skin, but I don't think that's going to save you in a situation like this one. Sam finds the head tap. Imran takes down Sam with a nade, but that is still Texas A&M with a technical flawless. A really strong way to start things off here. And this is interesting as well, Kat, because they struggled on the defense. That was when things really started to fall short. We had an 8-7 scoreline at one point, but they're on the defense right now, and they're really working wonders early here.
Working wonders indeed. It's a phenomenal anti-eco for them. Sam Dolphin is a psychopath. But, you know, I do love to grab one free kill, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
why
padding
not?
the KD, right?
Why not make it happen? It's going to have more than enough kills as well going into it. And that kill and the death actually means he's got the Tour de Force this round. Would have been 1 orb off if he had lived. So there you go, I guess. The Tour de Force is going to go through to a short right now. That is where that spike is trying to default later into the round. TSU going to put that same pressure early over towards B, which should call for rotations. It has done just that. The Ops moved away so they can make good use off the space they've just recently created towards that A site.
Texas A&M taking a lot of damage early on there. Tayo and Aggro both taking, I think, 30, 40 damage in total. So that could definitely hurt a team down the line. But instead, as we come through, Sam finds that first blood onto Imran. Massive. That's going to be a play that I definitely did not expect to see. The Tour de Force coming out in round 3 is not something I think a lot of teams expect early, but it's going to work out really well. They found an elim with it. They're looking to find one more to really seal the deal. A slow push from TSU onto the A site, but this may actually be more of a fake than it may be an actual push in, trying to use this smoke against AMU, who brought it out in showers. It's very difficult to push out of a smoke. Unfortunately, it's pretty easy because nobody's watching. Normally, that's very hard. But as Noble finds a double technical collab, double headshot kill onto Srayos and Mother Nature, all of a sudden, this becomes that much harder. The spike did not plant. Wow. Unfortunate. That's Texas AMU. They got the bonus.
Can we replay that just real quick?
That had to be close.
Possible? I do hate to put my lovely producer on the spot.
Tayo is 0-0-1 right now.
Well, regardless, those trademarks are huge coming out through short. You see the instance there as the switch off does come through. Those are both to short. Those 2 players entirely slowed, so can't get through, which allows for that double spray down to come through. The same story happened on shower as well. Before we switched off of it, the 2 players coming out of shower are stuck as well in the slow, which means that the timing's not going to be there. Which means the plant and they go down, which means it's easy swings for TAMU, and they're able to contain that offense before it's able to get its way to site to guarantee that the retake's easy because they already have members in position before it comes through.
Oh, great 1-1 trade comes through. Imran and Sam going to go down early. Both the Skies finding the first blood against the opposing team, and the next elim would be the most important as Noble is the one to secure that. TAMU, they've got an insane weapons advantage right now. They're absolutely expected to find the elims as quickly as possible and really kind of pad the KDs just a little bit more.
Noble already up short. Had 2 frags for it, so take that space. Good work there. There will be 1 player to cubby. It's Tayo, who's been tucking the whole round. How long can he tuck for? Dark cover. They're going to jump through it. He hears all this audio. Line up 2 and will knock him down as well. Looking for 1 more. It's the headhunter from Ivy. Instant trade from Dan. Top box, though. No worries. 4-0. The scoreline for Texas.
Clean as a whistle there. What a collateral coming through from Tayo, which is funny. That's their first 2 elims, and They get them with one bullet. That was going to be a phenomenal collab to seal the deal. And like I said, TAMU, that's a round they were highly suspected to win. They're able to walk away with it. And moving into this 5th one, if they win this, I mean, we could see a 6-0 scoreline. Oh, man.
Ooh, so clean.
Just clean. Unbelievably so. They were able to find Ivy. That would be the clip of a lifetime. But that's all right, though, because the team wins it after all. You've got a 4-0. And there's actually an insane chamber TP you can do from A site to B or vice versa, but it looks like nobody's really going to bring that out. It's not particularly helpful, but going to be interesting to say the very least. Or would be interesting, rather.
2 up Octagon. Taking that space very early. No one to the back of the site, though, so there's some room to work with here. It's a matter of when they want to start actually baiting this raise. That's kind of the reason it's in the composition, ironically. When it's on the offensive side, it's literally just double satchel in. Bye, buddy. And then we'll swing off of you. And they haven't really thrown Imran into anything just yet because they haven't really been able to get a clean setup. And that's the reason why. Aggro's found one with the operator. There we go. Imran going to send himself in to find one. Ivy going to grab a trade as well. So they're into the B site. TSU going to take that space. Plant certainly will go down. And we'll see if Texas A&M have the retake here, but it's not going to be easy.
Not going to be easy at all. Not only are they at a numbers disadvantage, but they're, like you said, forced into a retake. Molly onto CT right now, and that makes it that much harder to engage. All the chokes coming through, you know, they're all very predictable locations. Aggro going to be going through that CT choke just with the Omen as well. Could be a collateral once again. Got to play their cards right. Sam, though, nobody's watching Hookah. Sam is absolutely kind of the linchpin on how well this works out. If Sam goes down, this is not going to work well, and Sam is the first to go down. We are now looking at a 4v2. We're going to need the Blade Storm of a lifetime, but instead it is a one-and-done kind of deal. TSU putting their first round win on the board.
And finally, we'll get things cooking for Texas. They'll keep that op as well, which is interesting because they do have one duelist into this one. Putting on the chamber, I don't think is too shabby because that chamber is going to want to play more towards the lurk anyway, more towards the support fragger role, and that's where they'll move it as well. Nice. The entry duelist on the Rays having the op is hard, very hard for the Rays. So they'll allow him to play once again for that I'm the bait situation. So they'll have the rifle in hand. And they'll look once again to default pretty heavily towards this B site. Put players back towards short, but they've been struggling to find value in this regard. They put the spike a lot further down into shower. It's going to get dogged, so there's information that's going to be there. Noble going to look to play off of it.
Oh!
Op, though.
Noble, right place, wrong time. Just had a very good lineup there coming out from Ivy. Now the TP over to B site. It's going to be practically a full push. The spike, the last one to actually make it. Interesting. It's going to be coming through quickly. Sam might be able to find one. What a spray transfer to really seal the deal against the approach from TSU. 2 players go down. Unfortunately, neither of them with the spike. And, I mean, like the ladybug on my ceiling right now, TSU looking lost. Sam going to be going in quick, trying to use that smoke to their favor, but nobody's in hookah right now.
I still have aggro up towards Lamp. There's no orb, so the vision's still going to be there for aggro. He's going to have a clear line of sight and not a clear shot. Get back into it. Tuck the util, but not able to find it. Now the orb's there. No re-peeking any longer. If they do get to the site, plant should for sure go down. Not if they get swung or not. Aggro third shot. Still nothing to be converted just yet. No one's made his way over to the back of the site. Caught by Cyros, but he gets caught right back. Sam Dolphin to pick up a 3K. Now shut down by Imran. 2-on-2. Aggro stepping out with the op. That's...
Oh, but could you imagine? 4. That would have been such a cool clip, but had no idea the Viper was right there waiting. Flame really stepping it up that round in particular, not only carrying a spike for the majority of the matchup, but also coming through and finding that closing elim to put the second round win on the board for TSU.
Aggro is very sad. Very sad. But you know who's not sad? TSU grabbing themselves their second round, able to dodge what felt like 20 bullets to get themselves into the side in the first place. Good utility to get them down into a short. And they've made it happen as Imran to close up that round. Once again, it's going to be the same wall. Well, I like this from TMU playing much quicker to make their way down into this one. Reload for Flames, the COD reload. It'll catch him. Sam Dolphin finds one, aggro another. So the defense have found the first 2 picks early. Twitter Force is online here for TSU. Going to go back towards A short. Dark cover is going to be there. And look how much space has been grabbed by Texas A&M. They're all the way back to cave now. That's something we don't typically see. Aggro will find one through the smoke as Ivy gets sprayed down trying to make his way through mid-market. Be careful if you're this Sky because there is going to be that player into spawn. Your chips aren't going to do much here because, of course, that player is dead.
It's weird to me because on A site, or excuse me, on B site, they're playing very slow, allowing hookah to be gained every single time. And I mean, it's just going to be kind of a much slower game. But over on A site, aggro is holding up and through. I mean, through cave. Like you said, they're all the way down and out there. So it's very interesting to see a team actively playing two different styles of play and it working well enough to have a 5-2 scoreline.
Rebuy should come through. Tayo and Aggro both enough money to buy their teammates. Sam Dolphin does have the Tour de Force, though, so if they want to buy just one rifle, wouldn't be too bad either. We're going to have the chance here to break eco for both teams. See what the story ends up being for this one. Just depends on who takes the round, I suppose. But it's that early aggression to come through on both sides of the map here that just shuts down so much potential early for TSU. And Tyler just has to clean up from Cubby. He's been holding there almost every round. Just being there, being ready on B, and definitely makes a difference. Sam Dolphin, ooh, almost thought he'd get caught from the other side of short, but all good. Looking to swing now with that Tour de Force in hand. It's a hard shot for him.
Why is he staring at their feet? Pick up your crosshair, man. He's lucky to make it out of that, not taking any damage, luckily enough. A very dangerous situation to be in. I don't like the crosshair placement at all. Sure, it one taps, but if you're, able to hit a little bit more of the body, I think it could go a lot better. Noble trying to find something, but this is going to be a timing diff kind of situation, I think. Right now, TSU isn't prepared for the weird angles that are being held on the side of TAMU.
Ooh, back into the angle. Sam Dolphin going to pick up one. Ivy's going to fall. Slow fields there, so no early re-swing. Pick up a Phantom for his trouble. Looking to swing with the op, but gets caught by Flame. He sees the barrel. The gun's just a little bit longer, so he had time to react to that one. He's able to take it home. TSU, they got to try to take home around here, and they got less players. As Styles bagged another. Spike picked up as well. TP come through for aggro, caught by Flame. Looking to swing through to Hookah. Angle for Noble, off angle, caught nonetheless, though. A 3K for the Viper. 30 seconds to play with here. Expecting Tayo to be back towards Cubby this go around. He has walked all the way over to Octagon. Shockbolt dodge into the orb. Goes Flame. Is able to drop safely. Surely not.
Does he VP?
Surely not.
Surely not, right? Doesn't have Spike. Wooden Viper's Pit. If it cost him the round, then it looks like it's going to. At this point, I think you just go for the save. Finding 2 eliminations could definitely be good for the team. And an ace sure would look neat, but as you run out of time to plan, I think you're going to have to turn it into, a save round, unfortunately. Oh, never mind! It's an ace! Oh, he TP's right into the crosshair, and Flame puts down the 5th elimination. TSU, they're down 6-2, but Flame's KD sure is up.
Yeah, regardless of winning and losing the round, they're still going to have that, which should be just a bit of a difference for this team here. It means confidence, nonetheless. If not round scores, confidence. So Flame will take that one moving forward. They've got so many else to work with here. The only difference is that Noble's going to have that Seekers up right now, so you throw the Viper's Pit, if they're able to get through on the execute, there's a lot of retake potential. It's going to be on the other side. Hunter's Fury to go with it. So you can't entirely rely on these ultimates nonetheless.
I'm amazed all 5 of those were headshots too. That's wild. Just a very clean start, and a clean start for Sam here as well. Takes down Imran early. Knows somebody else is on the corner, but Flame not missing a headshot yet. Early Hunter's Fury from Tayo makes a bit of space, but unfortunately does not find purchase quite like they were looking for. The Brimstone tanks 1. Gets healed right back up by that Sky, who I think also took a little bit of damage there. And I mean, I suspect a quick push here from TSU. They're going to be going right up and through. Garden, if they're able to find anything, Shock Dart from Tayo. No purchase. Goes for a second one. The site already open, and the Viper's Pit going to be happening quickly as well.
I spit down. Seekers out early, so they don't have it going forward to this one. Makes the retake a lot more difficult because they get that ult out so early. Ivy to find one, but trades back the other way in favor of TAMU as they're making the retake happen nonetheless. Noble pick up 2, Tayo has 1 as well. And ult or not, they get the round.
They get the round indeed there, Cat, and a great cleanup from TAMU. I thought the Viper's Pit would really help seal the deal, make it a lot more difficult, but they found quite a few spray and pray shots that worked out well at the end of the day. Flame getting randomly sprayed down to, I think, 40-something HP, and after that, you're a bullet and a half from death.
Just kind of walked in, too.
Yeah.
Literally just walked in and said, all right, well, one of us has to win the gunfight, surely, and they just happened to win a strong majority of said gunfights. TSU still wants to work with. They're going to take them over to the A side now. Wouldn't be shocked to see an early contact frag and a Seekers to get them in. Showstopper as well if they want to pop it forward. Blind there for Noble. Has information. Going to dog as well to get an idea how many there actually are. The Seekers will lead them forward first. Duke can cuss one player. Orbital Strike has gone down towards Lamp. Showstopper next to go. Got to play around that toxic screen. They're holding very close. This is a scary... Oh,
up and over.
Double satchel, not quite where it needs to be. Ivy to pick up one. As Armor going to hit the rim, and unfortunately shot to Brick. Sam will pick up one as well. Flame trades that one back, though, from the Heaven player. They don't clear shower, which means Dam's able to swing out. Dark cover now alive. Paranoia going to be there towards short. They're going to start with this defuse already. Aggro the one in that dark cover, holding onto it. Dam will pick up one to try to swing through Lamp. Tayo another, and no one able to stop that spike defusal. They get to hold onto it the whole time. Dam a 3K, an 8-2 score line for Texas A&M.
Yeah, damn, the only name coming out of our mouths and the only word coming out of TSU's, they have been having a rough time up against this Omen, and he is making them waste every possible moment. It has been a real performance from Dam so far, and like you said, I think a lot of that loss kind of stems off of Imran falling a little bit short, missing that second blast pack, losing the positioning, and having to blind fire before their timer ran out.
All right. Hop back in the hands of Sam Dolphin. This go around, I'll be an actual operator, not just that tour de force. So he's got extra shots to work with. Ooh, early flash to go out through shower, and they're taking the space as well. So TAMU already know this one's got to be going to be. They should have an extra player over sooner than later because the dogs will come through short. They say nothing's here. Dan's picked up the Viper. That's the lurk gone. That's the other controller gone. They know this one has to be headed in the B department. They could, of course, TP, but they have an extra player, Hookah. Sam Dolphin's going to catch that Hookah player, so now everybody is going to be tucked towards long. So they wanted a TP. Wouldn't be terrible. Jumpy to come through the op, flash to come forward, trying to play the Sam Dolphin tucks the flash, finds the frag anyway. Ivy to fall. Ronnie was away to safety as well. Now looking to re-swing going forward up towards elbow. Tayo going to look to lead them in with the drone. Sam Dolphin around to find one. Aggro on the flank to find the last frag. 9-2 falls round for Texas A&M. They've never made it look so easy.
I want to say that back on Ascent when we saw Texas A&M, through the entire map, through the, 22 rounds we saw, Sam had 19 eliminations. He's already at 16, and we're 11 rounds in. So there's a very real chance that Sam overperforms what we saw on Ascent. And honestly, I'm glad to see it because Ascent was not Sam's cleanest moment. I can't believe that shot. That's nuts. The 180 quickscope is just absurd.
You want to play? Let's play.
Early up short? Oh, so early up short is this Jet.
We're going quick. Ivy.
Damn, same story. Ivy catch that one.
Oh my goodness. They both want to play, and both teams learning the hard way not to peek this chamber up. The tour de force is not a tour de force to be reckoned with.
Oh.
Aggro?
Aggro tucking in this poison orb. Doesn't
Absolute
have vision.
maniac.
Doesn't have a ton of health, but will walk through anyway. Flame will catch that one, but it should be a reswing from Notable. No, it won't. As Ivy's tour de force is there to stop that one way. Keeps his teammate alive. Shock bolt, the trademark.
Why wouldn't you just shoot it?
Forward. There's another one too. GG's only.
GG's
not going to get through without being detected, and CSU's going to know about it. Ivy's going to be here close with his tour de force, and he's been good for a couple shots this round. One more
pre-fire just gave you away.
Oh, he shoots. It's gone. And Flame's fallen. It's a 1v1 to be isolated, to step forward. The dart hasn't gone down yet, and Ivy, he'll make sure that Tayo does a 4K for the chamber. TSU, they've activated the 9-3.
The 9-3 has been activated. Will the follow-up we're looking for happen? I hate to say it, Kat, but I really don't think so, because Texas A&M, their rough half, in quotes, back on Ascent was defense. That was their defense. And they're up 9-3 right now. Their offense was nearly impeccable. There was a 7-1 scoreline at one point. They were large and in charge the whole time. And if they play with the same level of aggression that we saw back on Ascent, I think that this map isn't going to be much different.
Yeah, I really can't disagree with you there. I definitely cannot disagree with you there. They were a team that knew how to get in and knew how to work off one another. We'll see if they're able to do so yet again. They do have the double initiator, so they are able to play just a little bit faster, and well, that's what they're doing. Already to flash the Jet into U-Haul. Aggro looking for the chamber over out towards Shower. He does rendezvous away. Totem now to be broken. They still have got the control nonetheless. Close Lamp going to be a 1v2 here for the Viper, and cannot grab the first Sam Dolphin and knock it down with the Headhunter. Dam's got another from the back of the site. Heaven player gone too, as Dam is good for that second frag. Both players CT stimmying their way forward here. Sam Dolphin again with a Headhunter. You switch to the Ghost and you switch to being dead. Aggro's around with the Frenzy. 10-3 flawless for TAMU. And Seplins, if you just want to repeat that last point, I think you really hit the nail
The
on
point
the head.
stands, Cat. Absolutely. I mean, I hit the nail with a sledgehammer spot on at this
Yeah.
point. I splintered the wood with the accuracy of my point here, and it's really going to be Texas A&M. The offense is what I knew them for going into this, and what they clearly are known for. It's very just hold W, go absolutely crazy 100% of the time, and win off the back of it. Aggro is usually the top frag, but with the way Sam has been playing so far, I mean, already dropping 20. It's absurd.
And they're looking to do it yet again. Flame close to the Bucky. He does find it. And that orb actually makes a difference. He has that decay there as the fragile, so Dan will follow the one Bucky shot. He's able to find one early. Ivy up towards Shower is able to TP away. So they've got the numbers advantage for now. Now traded back, though. Sam Dolphin will pick up Flame coming out of CT. Aggro close to the Phantom. Just waiting for his chance to spray him on down. Still yet to play through. Now they start to step forward. The Bucky barrel has been seen. Aggro good for one. Armor gonna fall. Shock pulse to send in Aggro. Good for two. He dashes forward and still finds it. A 3K, and Ty will grab the last with a shock bolt as well. Insult to injury all across the board. 11-3
Oh
for
my.
TAMU. Now it's the bonus with a rifle.
The only thing that would have made that worse was a knife kill. I mean, the tailwind directly into your opponent. You give him a before you put him down, and that was just such a clean play. Aggro has the swing on one, hard swings the second, and straight up uppercuts the third to seal the deal. What a performance from Aggro to win the 11th round there on the side of Texas A&M.
Texas A&M will say, hey, that speed, I kind of liked it. Let's take that same speed and let's go beat what they're gonna do. Early flash to come through off of this shotgun player. Armor does find one with the judge, but he's cut with the Bucky. So shotgun supremacy for both early kills this round. TP into the site. Dog will catch one, playing close towards box. And, well, Strauss is going to fall. Ivy out of the smoke and into the Bucky will fall as well. Tyle's picking up one, and oh my goodness, it is Fortnite Dam jumping through to CT. Will find a 3K, 12-3 your score line. Texas A&M, one more to wrap things up to move themselves into what will be a matchup on the 21st.
Why is the Bucky getting so much value? That's 2 rounds. The Bucky has dropped at least 2 players, and damn, I mean, like you said, that is a Fortnite run and gun right there, just really sealing the deal. And Kat, I feel like we actually haven't talked about that enough. This is for a spot in Grand Finals tomorrow. Semifinals, not Grand Finals, I'm sorry. This is for a spot in semifinals, which then puts you 1 game away from Grand Finals. So it is, I mean, there's a lot on the line right here, and AMU, they have not pulled a single punch.
No, they have not. They're actually bearing down on them. 2 going to be stuck towards Shower and bear down upon as Dan will find one. Ivy a trade back, but Tayo is there to recover for his teammate. Numbers advantage going to be there. Sam will hear the trademarks broken, is on the angle. Imran only a matter of time. And while he's gone, Tour de Force now online if wanted. Trials will be towards heaven. Has timing, but Aggro has timing on his teammate, so it's 1v3 for the Ares Brim. Early jump peek, second jump peek. Damage done, but not found. And Sam Dolphin will wrap things up. 13-3 for TAMU as they come through swinging. That means they'll be into tomorrow. 1 best of 3 to try to send themselves into the grand finals. And they're playing like that. Would not be surprised to see them on Friday as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I actually don't know what teams are left for them to go up against. We know the other Texas team sure isn't one of them, but there are very few people they're going to be going up against into tomorrow. I believe we're going to try to get an interview with somebody from Texas A&M here. We interviewed them once, so maybe we'll get to hear from them again, get a little bit more intel on kind of what we saw today. But either way, we're throwing it to a super short break. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Use this time, get water, do whatever, but don't get too comfy because we're almost done. We'll see you right back here in just a couple of minutes.
Let's play. slow.
Welcome back on in, everybody, to the CECC Last Chance Qualifier, wrapping up day number 1 here for Valorant. But before we do so, we've got to bring Aggro back onto the desk. We got to see him 1 round to go, but now they just ran through 13-3 on Bind. Made it look pretty easy, Aggro. And I got to ask you, did it feel like an easier game?
It did. We know Hawaii is a good team, so they're always tough competition. We weren't sure about this team, but felt much easier.
Yeah, congratulations, seeing as you guys are now the kings of the West of Texas, like the Wild Western shooter. We got to see it go through, and you guys won it out. And, well, you guys played pretty dang fast. You guys look like you're pretty aggressive, both on the defensive side of things, too. Do you feel like that had something to do with the composition? Because we saw you guys run double initiator as opposed to double controller. Does it have anything to do with it?
Yeah, I think double controller's cringe. So just run them down. Like, what are they going to do?
Okay.
Clearly not much. I mean, we've got proof in the pudding on that one.
Right,
They're
right.
not going to be able to do
Just
much.
running through them, disrespect. That's all.
It was working
For sure,
really well
for
for
sure.
you guys. So looking into tomorrow, you have 2 possible opponents who I believe are battling it out right now, if I'm not mistaken. Oregon or Grand Canyon. So which of those teams would you rather go up against? Is kind of my first question here.
I think I'd rather go up against Oregon JV because that sounds more fun. But it's probably going to be Grand Canyon. They're a good team over there.
Yeah. So do you think you guys are going to be able to conquer either Oregon JV or Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've ever played Grand Canyon, so I'm really not sure. But I know they're decent over there, so I'm not gonna say we'll run them over, but we'll see.
Okay. It's very respectable, Aggro, and you know what? I hate the respect, man. Get it out of my call. I want the real comments. I want the real authentic facts, Aggro. It's the last chance qualifier.
Absolutely.
That means that out of these 32 teams, only one of them punched the ticket to Atlanta. Is it you guys?
Oh yeah, we're pumping the Red Bulls, dude. We're getting it ready. We're going.
I believe it.
Actually,
After the 2 dominant victories that we have seen, one of them certainly more so than the other, but dominant regardless. Things are looking up for y'all. One more question, Aggro, before we let you go. Is there anybody you want to shout out for a second time, or anybody else you want to give a thank you to?
This time, Sam. I mean, he carried his weight. He said, I think we were tied on kills at some point. He said, "You're not stealing this from me," and he just took off. So we'll get it this time.
Sam, no doubt, turned into a maniac out there. No doubt.
Absolutely.
Aggro, huge congrats, man. We will see you tomorrow for those semifinals and maybe grand finals.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. And with that, folks, we are calling it a night. It's been a pleasure. Kat and I love to do what we do, and we love to be here for the CECC like we have had the chance. It's going to be fantastic tomorrow as well. We hope you all enjoyed the day. Thank you to all the teams and players that came out today. Thank you to everybody in chat for hanging out with us here tonight. And thank you to Colton and Cool Scoots, our producer/observer in the back line. We love both of y'all, and I think you all know that. All right. We love each and every one of you. Check your posture. Drink some water. Don't forget to love each other, and we'll CECC you tomorrow.